Hello mga kamisteryo, ako nga pala si Marie Chris ng Voiceless Whispers. Ako ay isang animal communicator at Reiki Master Teacher. Ngayong gabi, naanyayahan tayong muli sa programang Gabi ng Misteryo sa DZRH ni Ray Sibayan. Ang paksa natin ngayong gabi ay tungkol sa lunar eclipse at isama na rin natin ang tungkol sa retrograde. Pero, ang aking isi-share sa inyo ay mga bagay na may kinalaman sa ating mga animals. May epekto ba ang lunar eclipse at ang retrograde sa ating animals? Paano natin sila pwedeng matulungan? Yan ang aking isi-share ngayong gabi. So, naaapektuhan nga ba ng lunar eclipse ang mga animals? The short answer, yes. Pero merong mga grupo ng mga animals na dapat nating pagtuunan ng pansin bago natin sagutin kung yes nga ba para sa kanila or no. Una sa lahat, yung mga wild animals. Yung mga wild nocturnal animals, kagaya ng mga owls, mga paniki, mga daga, no? Tsaka yung mga iba pang insekto na mas aktibo sila paggabi, no? Kaya sila tinatawag na nocturnal. Nahihirapan sila pag nagkakaroon ng lunar eclipse. Pero, ang lunar eclipse kasi, hindi naman talaga ito tumatagal, no? Hindi naman sobrang haba ng panahon na walang moon or walang moonlight. So kapag nagkaroon ng lunar eclipse, para sa mga wild nocturnal animals, momentarily medyo mababawasan lang yung activity nila. Maaring tumigil muna sila saglit. So magpapahinga sila imbis na gawin nila yung mga natural na bagay na ginagawa nila tuwing gabi. So titigil muna sila pansamantala. Para bang nag-aantay lang ng traffic, ganun. So titigil muna sila, either matutulog or magpapahinga or something. So meron din silang momentarily confusion, no? Merong saglit na medyo natutuliro sila kasi kapag nawala yung moonlight, minsan yung moonlight lang talagang inaasahan nilang way para makakita tuwing gabi, no? So kapag walang moonlight, medyo confusing. So pag inabutan sila na, for example, nag-hunt sila ng gabi, medyo madidisorient lang sila, no? Malilito sila ng konti, maaaring makatakas yung mga hinahunt nila kung predator sila, di ba? So, ganun ang mangyayari sa mga wild nocturnal animals. So, mag-iiba din yung timing nila ng hunting, ng paghanap ng pagkain, no? Yung mga daily rituals nila pagkagising nila sa gabi. So, maantala lang yon. Pero, hindi talaga sila na-affect very negatively. Like I said, saglit lang ang lunar eclipse. So, ang mangyayari lang nito, it's a natural pause. Also, coming back to the word natural, no? Ang lunar eclipse kasi, cycles yan eh. So, isa to sa part ng nature. It's natural. So, yung mga animals natin, sanay silang gumalaw according to the energy of nature. So, what is natural for them? Pag dumilim, they pause. They take a break. They relax, no? Hindi katulad ng tao, pag dumilim, buksan ng ilaw, ituloy yung gawain, di ba? Pero our animals are always in tune with the rhythm of nature. So, yun yung first category, no? Mga wild nocturnal animals. The second one is marine life. So, yung mga isda, mga mollusk, uh, mga mammals, mga big mammals, no? Pag nagkakaroon ng lunar eclipse, na-affect lang yung spawning nila. Spawning is parang mass reproduction, no? Some marine life, para makapag-reproduce sila, the males will leave eggs, sperms, no? Tapos, the sperms will fertilize the eggs in massive batches of reproduction, no? So, that's spawning. So, kapag nagkakaroon ng lunar eclipse, dahil nababawasan yung amount of light underwater, no, for the marine life, maaring isuspend lang nila yung pag-spawn, yung pag-release ng sperm, or yung pag-fertilize ng eggs. Hindi rin nila itutuloy kung meron mang migration, no. If a migration is happening at the time na nagkakaroon ng lunar eclipse, the fishes, the marine life will just pause. So, makakakita ka most probably ng nasa lull stage lang sila, no? Maaring they're just swimming around kung saan man sila inabutan ng migration. They will wait. They will wait for the moonlight to come back before they resume. And also feeding rhythms, no? Hindi sila makakain ng maayos if there is not the regular moonlight pagkagabi, no? Some marine life want to eat pagkagabi. So kapag walang moonlight, magpo-pause lang din sila for a moment and then they can resume kapag bumalik na ulit yung moonlight. So again, it's coming back to animals respect nature. Animals know how to move along with the changes of nature. And that's one thing na dapat natututuhan ng tao. Okay, and the third category is the one closest to our hearts, domestic animals. So yung mga domestic animals, no, do they get affected by lunar eclipse? Most dogs, cats, and other household pets, no, walang visible na reaction sa lunar eclipse. In fact, masyado na silang very close sa ating lifestyle, sa mga human lifestyle, no? Kaya hindi na rin nila napapansin masyado yung mga ganyang cycles. But, they are responding more to our energy. So, how do we react kapag may lunar eclipse, no? Most of us, dahil we are urban dwellers, we get excited, no? Kapag may lunar eclipse. We want to go out, we want to look at the moon as it slowly fades, tapos bantayan natin din pag pabalik na ulit yung moonlight, no? It's a very spectacular celestial activity. So, it depends. May mga tao naman, they get scared of the dark. So, iba yung natitrigger sa mga emotions nila. And, our animals, no, because they are domestic pets now, they respond to how we manage our own energy. So that's the direct effect of the lunar eclipse to our domestic animals. It's not really diretso sa kanila. Cats are, in general, cats are not nocturnal, no? As we used to know, cats are crepuscular, same with wild dogs. But dogs now are considered more diurnal. Diurnal meaning mas active sila sa umaga. And crepuscular means mas active sila pag bumababa na yung liwanag. Pero not exactly very dark, no? So kayong mapapansin nyo, yung mga cats, no, they love zoomies kapag late afternoon, no? Mga around 5 hanggang 8 p.m. and then they'll take a pause, magnanap ulit yan. Medyo low activity sila ulit. Tapos babalik na naman yung excitement nila kapag madaling araw. So, that's what crepuscular means. Parang medyo may liwanag, but not too bright like in the morning. Pero the dogs are more functional in the morning. Kaya nga, for the dogs, it's very optimal kapag wino-walk nyo sila close to sunrise and a little bit before sunset, no? Kasi they appreciate following the circadian rhythm. Ino-observe nila yung pag-rise ng sun at pag-set ng sun. So when you follow the nature patterns like that, no, your animals are more regulated in terms of their energy and their nervous system. So ganun sa domestic animals, no, hindi na ganun ka-direct yung relationship ng lunar eclipse dun sa animal mismo because there are humans in between. And they live with the human lifestyle now. Kaya sila domestic, diba? Domesticated na sila. However, there are still marginal situations where yung mga ibang animals, there are animals who are hypersensitive, no? These animals yung pwede mong sabihin na sobrang skittish, no? Yung konting ingay, konting difference lang ng tao sa household, ganyan, na-affect na sila. So, sila yung mga hypersensitive animals. So, if you have a hypersensitive pet, pwedeng sila makanotice ka sa kanila ng difference ng behavior nila. For example, more hiding, closer to the time ng lunar eclipse, or they might feel more confused, no? Hindi hiding, baka sobrang likot, or more noise, more barking, more meowing, no? Around the time na nangyayari yung lunar eclipse. What that means is, mas ramdam lang niya yung changes ng energy that's happening, no? Maaring hindi sa'yo galing yung changes na yun, or yung energy shift na nararamdaman niya, maaring straight dun sa environment yung nararamdaman niyang shift ng energy, kaya medyo natataranta siya. So that's restlessness. That's the first sign for hypersensitive animals, no? The second sign is also increased dream activity. I don't know if you've noticed this, pero in the last couple of days, no, in this week, nakaramdam ako ng heightened talaga na dream state activity. More colorful than how it used to be in the past weeks, no? This is because also we are affected by the energy of the lunar eclipse or the upcoming lunar eclipse. So, ganun din sa animals, no? If they sleep, you will notice na mas marami silang parang mga bodily twitching. They sleep more deeply, no? It's not really a cause of concern unless ganun talaga yung nangyayari sa kanya araw-araw. Then you need to bring your pet to the vet. Pero kung around the time lang nitong lunar eclipse, then there's really no cause for worry. Just observe and, live with grace with your animal. And then, another thing is nagkakaroon ng emotional surfacing, no? Sa mga animals who are bonded. So, for example, your pets who used to be aggressive with each other nung first time pa lang nilang nagkakilala sa household nyo, tapos naging sweet na sila, naging warm sa isa't isa, naging affectionate. And then all of a sudden, aggressive na naman sila. So, yung mga ganong bagay, parang ano lang yan eh, temporary, momentary conflicts, no? Para kasing may emotional surge, parang nagiging irritable din sila at some point. So, pwedeng magkaroon ng ganong mga situations na pwedeng mag-away, pwedeng magkaroon ng friction, pwedeng hindi muna sila magtabi, ayaw muna nila magkasama or maglaro, ganyan. And that's perfectly normal. So, there's no need to be worried. So, punta naman tayo ngayon, no? Kung itong pinag-uusapan natin is ano ang possible effects ng lunar eclipse sa ating mga animals. So, paano naman natin sila matutulungan? Let's just say na hypersensitive yung pet mo, no? And you've noticed na masyado siyang skittish or takot pagka may mga sudden changes, no? How can you support your animals? Number one, and this is important also for dogs, no? Kasi dogs need to have their walks, no? Daily yan, daily. Hindi pwedeng hindi. To support your dog sa walk nila, as I mentioned earlier, number one is to follow the circadian rhythm. Around the time na mapalapit na ang lunar eclipse, no, this week and leading up to next week also, make sure that you follow set routines, no? Yung talagang masusunod mo na oras. A time to bring them out for walk. Get some sun, no? Kasi diurnal sila, so they need to feel the sun on their skin. Their eyes need to register the sun dun sa pupil nila so that they know that it's morning. And also, para ma-increase nila yung intake nila of vitamin D sa katawan nila. And hindi lang yun, no? Kasi ang circadian rhythm, no, following the sunrise and the sunset is very important for the nervous system. And it's the same thing then for people. So, dapat ino-observe nyo rin yun sa mga dogs nyo. So, if you are able to walk your dog twice a day, then you can do a little after sunrise and a little before sunset. No, para yung dogs nyo ma-register pa niya na there's still sun outside but it's already setting. So it's also going to set the mood na pababa na yung energetic levels ng dogs nyo. So pag umuwi kayo or pag bumalik na kayo sa bahay for dinner, then downtime na kayo. So hindi na sobrang excitable yung dog nyo, Yun yung purpose ng routine. So para meron kayong sinusunod na wavelength ng energy, you're also managing your pet's energy level and also their nervous system. Pangalawa is keep the lighting consistent indoors, no? Syempre, dahil the moon is going to temporarily disappear, the moonlight is not going to be visible. So parang yung expected ng animals nyo na, pag tumingin ako sa labas, makikita ko yung moon around this time. Pero wala siya. So it can cause a little bit of agitation and confusion. But if you have consistent lighting sa bahay nyo, dahil domesticated animals na yung pinag-uusapan natin, di ba? Then, hindi na sila matatakot kasi alam nila na when I go here, meron akong ilaw. I don't need to be afraid even if the moonlight is gone. So, that's number one. You keep your routine stable. Number two is offer a little bit of grounding, no? If you are doing Reiki, then this is the perfect time. So, days before the lunar eclipse, make sure na meron kayong moments shared together where ikaw din, nagda-downtime ka din from the busy hours of your day, no? Nagda-downtime ka and then nagda-downtime din yung dog mo or yung cat mo. Then put your hand on your pet, no? And then sabay kayo, just follow your breathing, no? Tell yourself when you inhale, when you're breathing in, I'm breathing in. Okay, when you're exhaling, I'm breathing out. So, it's also useful for you to say what you're doing kasi your mind is going to tune in to the sound of your voice saying what you're doing. So, it's going to be grounding, no? And also calming for both of you. So, para siyang meditation, but it's not doing meditation ng naka-close lang yung eyes. So, that's a very gentle touch, promoting gentle touch and promoting calm presence with your animal. And then, soft music also is very much encouraged, no? Imbis na nanonood kayo ng action movie or horror movie, di ba? Na time na nagda-downtime kayo ng pet mo, you can also try soft music. Music na walang harsh instruments used, music na wala masyadong vocals, like very calm instrumental music that's really going to soothe your nerves. Kahit tayo, mag-ground din tayo sa ganong klase ng practice. Number 3 is don't project fear. So, yung animals natin, they love to mirror us. So, kung ano yung nakikita nila, ito classic example to. Kung hindi nyo napapansin, when you go to the vet, and you're so nervous kasi hindi mo alam yung procedure na gagawin dun sa animal mo pagpunta nyo sa vet. Siyempre, ikaw kinakabahan ka. Number 1, kinakabahan ka. Mahal ba yun? Diba? That's a legit fear. Number 2, kinakabahan ka. Is this something risky? Kaya ba to ng pet ko at his or her age? Diba? Is this thing safe? Wala akong time mag-research. So, all of those overthinking is amounting to fear. So, pansinin nyo, if you are so nervous, ano yung reaction ng pets nyo? They will also be agitated. Kaya yung mga ibang clients ko, no, when they book a reading with me and they have questions around how they want to support their pets pagdating sa vet, no, ang lagi kong sinasabi is regulate your own emotions. Regulate your own fear. Don't invite the fear, no? So, pag nagpupunta kayo doon, make sure you are calm. Practice deep breathing. Dapat yung paghinga nyo is very normal. Longer exhales, shorter inhales, para hindi magpanic yung animals nyo. Pag tinignan kayo ng animals nyo, ay, cool na cool lang to si mama or si daddy, di ba? So, hindi siya matatakot kasi alam niya that they're safe. He or she is safe. Kasi hindi ka natatakot eh. So, in the same manner, no, don't invite the fear na some people kasi legitimately, no, meron pa rin talagang mga taong natatakot sa lunar eclipse. But, practice not fearing the lunar eclipse. If you're somebody afraid of that, maybe distract mo yung sarili mo by watching a funny movie, cartoons, di ba? Or, again, try to do that grounding meditation earlier. Yung magkatabi lang kayo, put your hand on your animal, sabay kayong huminga. No? Stay neutral, stay calm. Kasi that's important para hindi mahawa yung pet nyo dun sa energy na pinoproject nyo. Okay? And number 4, observe without interfering. So, kapag yung animal nyo biglang nag-quiet down siya or parang medyo moving slowly, moving more with grace, no? Quiet, peaceful, sleeping, no? I-observe nyo lang. Kapag ka ganon, tignan nyo rin, how does your animal's behavior relate to the current state of the moon? Wala na ba yung moon nung time na yon, di ba? Or pawala pa lang siya? How do they change after bumalik yung moonlight, no? So, observe nyo lang yung pets nyo. And then, whatever is needed, offer your presence. Animals often process natural cycles without needing human correction. So, that's one thing, no, that we can learn from them. We should also learn to observe ourselves, how we react to things and how we respond to certain situations. Okay, dumako naman tayo tungkol sa usapang retrograde. Curious kayo, no? Ang retrograde ba na-affect ang animals? Short answer, no. But they can still get affected, but through us, no? So, it's more like tayo yung dapat mag-regulate ng sarili natin during retrogrades. Pero, tignan muna natin. This year, merong 3 Mercury retrograde dates. So, yung first one is February 26 hanggang March 20. The second one is June 29 hanggang July 23. At yung final retrograde is going to happen October 24 to November 13. So, ano ang usual na behavioral and psychological effects ng retrograde? Number one is communication breakdown. So, may mga misunderstandings sa mga conversations, sa emails, sa messages. So, it can lead to conflict. Cognitive and emotional impact. So, may mga taong makaka-experience na unfocused, forgetful, medyo mentally sluggish, no? May anxiety, heightened anxiety, irritability, heightened emotional sensitivity. So, meron ding ito yung mga kinakatakot ko technological and travel issues. So, magkakaroon ng mga delays, broken gadgets, problems in transportation. So, may mga glitches, may mga hiccups na mangyayari. And also, meron ding mga relationship tensions, no? There will be potential arguments with friends, partners, families, no? That's all due to Mercury retrograde, no? Ano ba kasi ang ibig sabihin ng retrograde? Retrograde means Mercury is slowing down a little bit. So, ito yung time kung saan ini-encourage tayo na mag-slow down, mag-pause, mag-review, mag-reflect, no? Sa animals natin, unlike yung lunar eclipse or the full moon, no, na nakaka-affect ng light levels, nakaka-affect siya ng water tides, nakaka-affect ng circadian rhythm, ang retrograde, wala. There's nothing visible na makaka-affect sa'yo, no? So, it is going to be psychological, emotional, and very mental. No, it's really going to focus yung deep down within. So, tayong humans yung na-affect sa mga retrograde. But there is still a ripple of effect sa animals natin, no? If we become anxious, we are scatterbrained, no? Medyo tuliro, yan. Mentally confused, yan. Forgetful, anxious ka, tapos ma-frustrate ka pa, no? Pag nasira yung gadget mo o naglolo ko siya, hopefully hindi. Tapos may times pa na may arguments, no? Emotional tension, yan. Communication is very poor. Nararamdaman ng animals natin yan. Doon papasok yung usapan sa animals natin. If yung energy natin is going to be rough, going to be muddy, no? Going to be scattered, doon ma-affect yung animals natin. So, mararamdaman kasi ng animals natin yung tension, the emotional tension, the mental clutter, no? Yung sudden behavioral shift natin, yung paggising mo pa lang sa umaga, naku, summer pa naman, no? Init-init. Tapos biglang may miscommunication, no? Yung rider na magde-deliver, na yung courier na magde-deliver sa'yo, minark yung parcel mo na na wala daw tao sa bahay nyo, hindi naman kumatok. 'Di ba? Mga ganong bagay, no? So, maa-affect kasi yung behavior natin sa mga ganong tension that's happening around us. Especially ngayong retrograde. It's going to happen a lot more. So, kapag hindi tayo centered, hindi tayo grounded, naku, makikita nyo rin yan sa animals nyo. That's for sure. Why? Kasi animals mirror their guardian's energy, no? Kung maganda yung energy ng guardian, maganda rin yung energy nila. They will be peaceful, they will be stress-free. Pero pansinin nyo yan, the moment na nai-stress na kayo, mainit ang ulo nyo sa trabaho, may deadline kayo na hinahabol, ay, maingay din yung pusa, maingay din yung aso, di ba? Napapansin nyo ba yung mga ganung bagay? It's because whatever they see, they also reflect. No? So, kung yung mga animals nyo are very calm, behaved, composed, no? Yung sinusunod nila yung routine nila, it's because centered ka din. So, in other ways, no, pwedeng mag-increase yung pagiging clingy nila. No? Pwedeng pumasok ka lang sa kabilang kwarto, hindi ka nila nakita. Oh, nagmimiyaw na yan, no? Na kumakahol na yan, naabot hanggang kapitbahay ang lakas ng tunog. So, nagiging clingy sila. Or sometimes, in the opposite manner, no? Nagiging withdrawn. So, baka magtaka ka, bakit parang mukhang may sakit yung pet ko? Hindi ako tinatabihan. Dati tinatabihan naman ako, di ba? It's because there might be something wrong with your energy management, no? Dapat tignan nyo muna yung sarili nyo. And then, pangalawa, i-check nyo rin if there are medical conditions that need to be addressed. Huwag nyong pababayaan na inisip nyo lang yung energetic and spiritual component nung pet nyo, no? Isipin nyo rin yung physical all the time. Pero may elimination process, no? Check nyo muna, ay ako ba? Ako ba yung problema? 'Di ba? Kung hindi ako, baka naman nag-withdraw lang siya kasi gusto niya mag-calm down, cool down, magpahinga, mag-pause, ganon. Pero kung it's none of the above, dalhin nyo na yan sa vet. Number 3, pwede siyang maging reactive sa mga ibang pets na kasama niya. Kung dati hindi naman siya masyadong gagalitin, no? For example, dati mahilig sila maglaro. Pag ganitong oras, naglalaro na yan. And then suddenly, yung isa ayaw maglaro. Tapos yung isa gusto naman makipaglaro. So, pwedeng mag-burst yan into small conflicts, no? Or small fights. So, magkakaroon ng heightened reaction, no? Heightened yung medyo negative na clashes ng mga pets nyo sa bahay. And lastly, no, pwede rin mangyari na magkaroon ng mga idiopathic problems na yung wala talagang source. For example, sudden digestive upset. Pwede siyang magkaroon ng diarrhea. Pwede siyang magkaroon ng constipation, no? Pag ang animals usually na diarrhea, the spiritual meaning of that is there is no boundary, no? Hindi niya kayang pigilan yung excessive flow of release ng energy, no? Hindi niya kayang i-hold. Wala siyang momentarily holding of energy sa loob ng body niya. Parang meron siyang feeling na kailangan niyang i-let go lahat. Ganun. So, that's the spiritual and energetic aspect of diarrhea. And constipation, on the other hand, is the inability to release, no? You're holding on too much to something, no? You're holding on something inside you na ayaw mong pakawalan, no? For example, you're very uptight na, ayaw makipaglaro sa akin ng sister ko. So, parang meron siyang tension na nagbi-build up sa digestive system niya, di ba? So, hindi siya makarelease, no? Or, si mama at saka si papa nag-aaway na naman. So, hindi rin niya ma-hold yung energy of grace and softness and love inside the body of the animal. So, parang is trying to hold on too much tension. Hindi siya maka-poop, no? So, ganun yung mga energetic and spiritual meanings of animal illnesses. But, again, if tapos na ang retrograde and you're still experiencing these issues, might as well take the animal to the vet to get a physical exam. So, wag nyong isasangkalan, no, yung physical health ng animal nyo just because there are signs that relate to the retrograde. And finally, no, how do we support our animals during retrograde? Katulad lang dun sa steps na inoffer ko on how to support our animals during lunar eclipse, it is very important to slow down, no? Slow down your routines, but still keep to your routines. Parang buwasan nyo lang yung mga activities nyo. For example, in a day, kung let's say you're taking your dog to an activity with other dogs, no? Let's say meron kayong playtime session around this time. I-observe nyo if your animal is withdrawing from that activity, then maybe it's time to just cut it off for the meantime and just stick to normal walks, no? I-check nyo yung mga routine nyo. If are you keeping the feeding times normal? Hindi ba pabago-bago? Consistent ba yung oras ng feeding nyo? Consistent din ba yung type of food na binibigay nyo? Sometimes, the very fast switching of food, no? Let's say nagpalit ka ng brand or nagpalit ka ng flavor, no? Can cause disruptions as well. So, if you are going to do that during retrograde, it will be more difficult for you and for your animal. Also, wag magsimula ng mga bagong activities na i-introduce nyo, no? For example, mag-i-introduce kayo ng bagong toy, mag-i-introduce kayo ng bagong pet, no? Mag-i-introduce kayo ng bagong neighbor, or let's say meron kayong travel, no? During the retrograde season. Double check nyo if you can do that, no? Some animals might not allow you to do that kasi magiging hypersensitive, hyperactive, no? Or baka maging quite the opposite, sobrang maging withdrawn, mawalan ng appetite, no? hindi na sila makipag-interact for the time being, no? So, or may sudden aggression, di ba? So, tignan nyo rin how your animals will respond to that. But, retrograde season is always about taking a pause and reflecting, no? So, bago mag-introduce ng mga bagong activities, isipin nyo muna how this will affect you and your animal. You know your animal's best, no? Kasi kasama nyo yan every day. So, you will know if kung mag-i-introduce kayo ng activity at this time, helpful ba sa kanya or hindi. Okay? Offer more grounding activities, no? More bonding time, no? Let's say, manood ng TV na nakakatawa sa sala, no? Magkatabi kayo. Put your hand on your pet, no? Pakiramdaman nyo yung rise and fall ng belly nila sa paghinga. Sabayan nyo yung rise and fall ng belly na yon sa paghinga. That's going to sync your energy with your pet, no? That's very grounding. Clear your emotional tension also before engaging with your pet, no? Let's say, kakauwi mo lang, tapos you had an argument with your Grab driver, no? Or yung nakasingit sa'yo dun sa stoplight, no? I-regulate mo muna yung emotional tension mo from that recent experience, no? Bago ka umuwi ng bahay, tapos you will hold your pet. Yung energy kasi natin, no? Not everyone is clairvoyant enough to see, but our energies have different colors and it comes across as different feelings, no? Kapag ka lumapit tayo sa animals natin. And our animals are so sensitive sa energy, no? I have witnessed, ma-share ko lang, no? I have witnessed, no? Meron akong kasama na nag-iba yung energy niya. Suddenly, yung favorite pet niya, ayaw lumapit sa kanya. So, ganun sila ka-sensitive even before people will recognize the shift in energy, no? Sila alam na nila. So, bago kayo umuwi ng bahay, no, before you open that door, just stand in front of your door, take 3 very deep, long breaths, no, and long exhales. Imagine niyo na lumalabas yung bad energy through your mouth, no? When you inhale through your nose, very deep. Pag exhale nyo, imagine niyo may dust or a gray cloud, no? Na lumalabas kung ano man yung negative tension that you have been carrying. Just 3 deep breaths. It doesn't have to take more than a minute, no? And then, open the door. And then, greet your pet. And then, hold your pet, no? When you do that, na-let go mo na yung tension. You feel better, your animal feel better. Then, at the same time. And you both share that sync of good energy. And then, finally, no? I don't know if a lot of people do this, but sometimes when you sit beside your animals give you messages, no? May pumasok sa isip mo. This one's funny, no? My soul cat used to inject a lot of messages to me na hindi ko alam dati, na galing pala sa kanya. So, I would sit down beside her and then I would suddenly think, parang gusto ko mag-alaga ng cactus. Wala naman akong skill sa pag-alaga ng cactus. Tapos, ang iniisip ko pa nun, parang isang bowl of cactus na yung parang mukhang flowers yung leaves niya, yung may mga colors na pink, ganyan, and, yellowish na green, ganon. Sabi ko, wala akong skill sa ganun eh. But, I don't know where I got that idea from, no? So, ginawa ko. And then, at that time, no, hindi pa ako animal communicator. I asked another animal communicator who later on became my good friend, no. And then she told me, oh, that's your cat. She's been trying to tell you to start taking care of more plants inside your house, no. So, during retrograde kasi is a season of yin, no. Para siyang more grace. Hindi siya more yang eh. Yang is the energy that pushes you, no. Yin is the energy of rest, relaxation. And what yin does to you, your aura, no? Yin softens you. So parang yung hard aura mo when you're outside, you're yang eh. You're trying to protect yourself from people, environment, everything. But when you're in the yin mode, your aura becomes like gelatin. Parang squishy gelatin yan. So you become more open, no? More telepathic to receive messages from your animals. So, during the retrograde, it also showers us with that opportunity to be more in grace, no? More in yin energy than in yang. So when you rest and relax beside your animal, get a journal, no? Yung ano lang, habang nag-iisip ka lang ng muni-muni mo, ganyan, about life, about how to take care of your pet better, no? What to do after the retrograde process, no? Jot down what kind of ideas come to your head. And most likely, no? Siguro, palagay ko, mga 60 to 70% galing sa animals niyo yun. And maybe before you even sit down, no? Ask them a question. Ask them how you can make their lives a little bit better, no? And then watch what comes inside your mind, what ideas you get, what pictures inside your head you get, no? So that's how you can make retrograde meaningful, very supportive for both you and your pets, no? Try that, let me know how it works for you. And if all else fails, I'm right here for you. You can always connect with me, can visit me on my Facebook page, my YouTube, or even via Instagram. Now you can connect with me via Messenger and also via WhatsApp. I'm always here to support you, even if you have questions, no, about your animals. Okay? So that's it. Hopefully marami kayong natutuhan about the retrograde and lunar eclipse and also about our animals. So, yun lang for now, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!